English with Deck. You know, I try and get out at least once a day, whether it's for half an hour or 2 hours. That act of getting out of the house is so important for not just physical health, but mental health as well, in my opinion. Now, I am fully aware that there are people who are perfectly happy staying in their house for 1, 2, 3 days at a time. That's fine. That's cool. But for me personally, you know, if I have been in the house all day and then come the next day, I feel not trapped, but almost like a bit of cabin fever. I feel like I need to get outside. I have to breathe fresh air, see people's faces. Am I the last person on earth? Are me and my family the last family on earth? Dun, dun, dun. Is it has the apocalypse happened? And we just didn't know about it. I checked the news. No apocalypse, okay. And then I stick a head outside. And then I hear a bitter, bitter, bitter. Okay, we're okay. But no. The point is, even once a day, one full day stuck in the house, and then the next day I really just have to get outside. And maybe, you know, I think that's at the end of the day, that is a pretty positive thing actually, because it really motivates me to, like I said, get outside for at least half an hour a day. And honestly, if I have the chance, I do prefer to spend that half an hour, that 1 hour, going for a run, going for a walk, exercising. You know, I definitely have a lot of energy I need to burn and need to use. And that's reflected in this way of thinking, I think. I don't sit there going, oh, I need to get out, I need to get out, drumming my hands on the table, twitching my legs, like, no, I'm not like that, but, I'm itching metaphorically to get outside, oh, I need to feel that breeze. Wow, that's a interesting image. And, you know, growing up in England with the weather, oh my gosh, another weather podcast. Oh. Growing up in England, oh my gosh. I really want to know how many weather episodes or weather related episodes I have done now, actually. Um, growing up in England, the weather, well, it lives up to its name. It's not the best in the world. It's not as bad as everyone makes it out stereotypically to be, but it's pretty miserable a lot of the time. Yeah, it can be pretty miserable quite a lot for a lot of days a year. But I do think, again, if you're a reasonably active person and reasonably sociable in that sense, now there's many people who are active and not so social, which is fine, no judgment, none at all. But if you're reasonably active and reasonably sociable, living in England, you really can't let the weather dictate your outings, so to speak. Of course, if it's tipping it down, you don't go out. Or, well, you don't. If you don't need to, most people, myself included, won't go outside. But if it's drizzling or spitting, some great rain-related words there. Now, spitting, well, spit is, from the mouth when someone that and the spit, the saliva from the water in your mouth, you push it out, you And then when the rain is that kind of consistency, that is spitting. And when it's drizzling, when it's like constant, when you have the shower on a really, like, not super low, but when the shower is sort of trickling out, but there's enough to sort of wet your body, that sort of level of water is spitting. Even when it's like that, people will head out on their day-to-day activities very normally. And even more so, it does take a lot to really stop a Brit getting outside just because of the rain. Simply because the weather, there are so many rainy days, and the weather isn't, well, so delightful, for use of a better word. Whereas, for example, where I'm living now in Japan, you have a lot of sunny days. So when it is raining, a lot of people think, well, I can't be bothered to go out today. It's good. It's going to be beautiful tomorrow. It's fine. It's only one day. At max two. They can pick and choose. And, I think that's even what follows on to, for construction companies. In England, for example, a lot of construction related industries will sort of just power through, slog it out in the rain, just keep going. Because if you stop working, not even construction, any outdoor related work. And if you stop working, well, you don't earn anything, you don't get anything done because you don't have that many days where it's not raining in comparison to the countries where it doesn't rain so much, as in Australia, parts of Japan, parts of Asia, for example. America, of course. The list goes on and on, of course, Africa, etc. But anyway, we're talking about Japan in this case. A lot of outdoor related companies will stop or move their work indoors, maybe do tidying up and stuff, simply because they have a lot more days to choose from. So whether or not your work depends on it, you can be very picky about whether you go out or not. Within reason, of course. So, yeah, a little bit interesting how I, as a Brit and a weather-hardened Yorkshire lad, will regularly go out, rain or shine, even with the kids, or drag them out, bit of rain never hurt anyone, kind of thing. But yeah, I think a lot of people around here would consider just waiting it out, which is completely sensible, actually. I don't think either side of this coin has a particularly correct answer. I think it's personal preference at the end of the day. And as I have been offering recently, a couple of phrases which will get then thrown into a couple of sentences. Okay, number one, it's pouring down. Number two, Number two, I can't be bothered to go out. Number three, it's one of those days. Number four, I think I'd rather stay in. And all put together, again, off the top of my head, no planning at all here. Hey, have you looked outside this morning? It's absolutely pouring it down. Yeah, I know. It's one of those days, isn't it? I can't be bothered to go out myself. Yeah, me neither. I think I'd rather stay in today. Okay, great acting, wasn't it? Okay, well, look, I hope you've enjoyed another weather related episode. Of course, the next one will not be so. But anyway, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, have a great morning and a fantastic evening. See you in the next one. Bye now.